Right, where was I? Sorry about that. My camera cut off. So I guess this is part 2 of my Panasonic TX 3D full high def 50 inches, say 50 inch, and I was up to the part when I about saying the good things about it, and I think I mentioned the 5 HDMI inputs, its swivel stand, its arc capability, and I mentioned the fourth one, I'm sure I did. Sorry, the general 3D quality of it. All those 4 positives. I did say that there was not necessarily the need for 5 HDMI inputs. 3 would have done, but yeah, 5 there. The swivel stand was great because you could swivel it, and yeah, the beauty of the 3D quality is excellent. It's better than the cinema quality, if they are the right words to use to describe the 3D on it, and I will carry on where I left off. So positives, any more positives? Well, yes. I've never had a plasma telly before, and you certainly know what a plasma telly is. Hello, that's me in the reflection. When you buy one, you certainly know. You hear all about them, and you read all about them, and as I said, I pointed out in my previous video, I've had a 37-inch full high def Toshiba there for 6 years or so, and it served me great. But it being an LED, to suddenly have a plasma 50-inch, it's like floating on water when you're watching it. That's the words I used to describe it when I was watching it. It was like floating on water watching it. And what they say, okay, so there you go, the beauty of a plasma, that's another plus. Any more pluses? Yeah, the price is not bad actually. I don't know if it's come down since it was TV of the year in 2011. I don't know if it's come down, but it certainly hasn't gone up. The price, yeah, definitely a positive. It's well affordable. I've got this through a credit company, and I'm paying on HP over 52 weeks, and it's well affordable. If you've got a partner you can share the load with, then that's great. I don't have that possibility to share the load with as such, so but it's still affordable for me as a single person. But it'd be especially so if you have someone to help share the load financially. But it's great. So that's another plus. The price of it, it's well affordable for a top-end TV, which it is. It really is. That shows actually how many are being sold and thrown out the door. My instruction booklet for it was it hadn't pressed at the crease. So you could tell they couldn't get them out the door quick enough. You could tell they were packaging them off quicker than the paper could crease in the fold of the instruction booklet, the manual. It just made me laugh, actually, that did. And any more positives? Well, I can't think off the top of my head, and without the video running on too long, I'll skip on to the negatives, if you like, which are at the forefront of my mind, which I can think of at the top of my head. The negatives, so as I've just said, made out that they are very far and few between. I've only had the telly, mentioned in previous part 1, that I've had the telly for up for a week now, so I haven't discovered all its pros and cons yet, and I may well do an update. But the first negative, which does come to mind, are, see there, the HDMI leads, see just the 2 I've got running at the moment on the 2 of the inputs, without going to the back of the telly, because I wouldn't be able to with the camera, with the light in here, and still you wouldn't see what I was showing you. As you can see, the angle which the HDMIs are going in at, I think it's bad design, poor design. Basically, the HDMI leads, what with being heavy now to entail 3D capability, they're simply being held by their own weight, by the grip of the input. The weight of them is simply being held by the grip itself, and I think that's a strong negative. It's a strong negative. The minute I put the telly and plugged it all up, it was there. I noticed it straight away, and it hasn't gone away. It's a strong negative. It really is a strong negative. They've tried to see. They've designed a TV which is most people would want to clip to the wall. You see, and they're thinking, well, what else do we do? Well, I only hope they don't knacker and wear out to the point where the leads don't respond anymore. I really hope they don't. Anyway, move on. Can't think of any more negatives, to be honest with you. I can't. No, it's not really a negative, but it being a plasma, it did need warming up. It did need a few days for the plasma screen to settle down. Anyone who has a plasma telly will know what I mean. But yeah, it took about 3 or 4 days for the picture to settle down. No, I can't think of any more negatives. Another positive I've thought of is, see that lead there, you can see there? That's for SCART. Items which still have SCART, like your old VCR, you may want to use for it. It does allow for them still, because it comes with an extension with a HDMI input into one of the AVI inputs. It is an input as an AVI rather than HDMI. Let me just show you. It came in the box. See, there's the HDMI going into my old device, and there's the extension there, lead, and that came with it. So that's another strong positive. So I think I've listed 5 or 6 positives there from the top of my head, and it's only a week into me using it. Just the one negative, so that bodes well for the TV, the Panasonic TX, this being the 50-inch, and I may well update this video again. So until next time, I bid you farewell from Warren and Tia's box. Tia bids you it too. Okay, I'll see you next week. Bye bye.